Hello, guys and girls. It's I Aaron Halo 18 here, and I'm doing a video about a movie that I saw yesterday. It was a little bit tricky to get to the movie yesterday, and I saw the Cinepolis in Laguna Niguel. I guess, and I had a bloody nose that day as well, and I did some coffee creams, and then I finally got all taken care of, and then I went into the theater. And my dad took me in my huge giant white van from my house, and I met my friends Mark Frendl and Stephen Frendl there as well. And the last name is spelled Frendl. That's their last name. Their last name. They were good friends of mine. They really enjoyed the movie as well. I gave this movie a 9 out of 10. The movie was about a linguistics professor named Louise Banks leads an elite team of investigators when gigantic spaceships touch down in 12 locations around the world. As nations teeter on the verge of global war, Banks and her crew must race against time to find a way to communicate with the extraterrestrial visitors, hoping to unravel the mystery. She takes a chance that can threaten her life and quite possibly all of mankind. All mankind. So I'm trying to find Grant. Uh, it was a pretty good movie, and it was about aliens, and the aliens look like um, big hand creature, squid-like things, and they had their own like language. They did sign language though, with some ink thing with a circular writing of some sort, and it showed it got you thinking a lot in this movie as well. And she also has a daughter who died, but Jeremy Renner was her husband in a way of some sorts. And the plot, I found the plot on Wikipedia, and it says 12 mysterious extraterrestrial spacecraft nicknamed shells by the U.S. military touched down across Earth. Their purpose in arriving, as well as whether there is logic behind the specific landing sites, is unclear. Linguist Louise Banks, played by Amy Adams, is selected to lead a special team created to enter one of the shells which touched down in Montana. Due to her skills in translation and her pre-existing top secret security clearance, also on the team are theatrical physicist Ian Donnelly, played by Jeremy Renner, the guy from Avengers, the Hawkeye character, played by the same actor. but he's Ian Donnelly in the Arrival movie. And U.S. Army Colonel Weber, played by Forrest Whitaker. Louise is hunted by memories of her deceased daughter. And yes, her daughter died of a rare disease of some sort. I'm guessing it was cancer because her head was bald when she was in the hospital dying. With each memory serving as a purpose and helping her decode the alien's language. After 3 contact with 2 cephalopods, not like aliens, called heptapods, for their radial 7-arm symmetry, in whom Ian nicknames Abbott and Costello. Abbott and Costello were like comedians from the 50s and stuff, I guess. They conclude that two-way communication in the alien spoken language is impossible. However, Lois and Lane discover they are able to communicate with them using their written language. The language proves to be extremely complicated with all of the components of each circular symbol depending on each other. The complexity proves to be an issue when the aliens produce a message that translates to offer weapon in English and similar phrases in other languages as each nation translates its version of the message. International forces scrambled into action as they believe it to be a threat. Louise believes that due to the language's complex structure, a weapon could possibly have a double meaning, such as tool, as if the aliens were trying to trade something. Louise and Ian independently go into the shell as soldiers are leaving and communicate with Abbott and Costello once more. Costello is able to guide Louise in writing one of their symbols on the barrier and writes a complex sentence with hundreds of symbols. The two suddenly withdraw as a firefight breaks out below the shell between a group of fearful soldiers and base security. A C4 explosive that was placed in the shell by the soldiers explodes, but the aliens prevent Louise and Ian from being injured as they wake up in the base camp. The shell rises higher into the sky, now inaccessible, when China makes preparations to destroy their shell. The other international forces ready themselves to do the same out of fear of retaliation, and the Montana base is ordered to evacuate. Ian decodes that the complex sentence relates to the concept of time, and that what they received was only 1/20th of the intended whole. When General Shang Tisma of the actor Tisma of China announces that the Chinese military will destroy their shell, Louise rushes to the ship, which sends down a small shuttle that takes her back into the shell. However, this time she is in their atmosphere. There, she is greeted by Costello, who tells her that Abbott is dying. When Louise starts remembering her dead daughter, Costello tells her that she can see the future, revealing that all of the visions of her daughter aren't flashbacks, but forwards. The heptapod's language structure allows for the speaker to be in all times at once, a strong extension of the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. Instead of experiencing time linearly like most humans, Costello tells Louise that their purpose on Earth is to help humanity by gifting their language and some mental abilities, so that in return humanity can help them in 3,000 years. Louise returns to the camp and has another vision of being at a party to commemorate 18 months since the events at the end of the film, where she receives thanks from General Shang for convincing him to change his mind about destroying the shell in China. When she asks how she convinced him, Shang replies that she called him on his personal number and relayed a message. Confused, she says that she doesn't have his personal number, and Shang produces a phone with his number on it. Louise steals a satellite phone from the base and calls Shang using the number she received from him in the vision. While she is unsure of what to say if he answers in the present, Shang in the vision tells her that she convinced him by repeating his late wife's last words to him, which he repeats. Banks repeats the words to Shang in the present in Mandarin Chinese. She succeeds in changing his mind, and China's withdrawal convinces the other international forces to back down as well. The shells all dematerialize into thin air as China arranges to share all the information they had learned from their own shell with the world, and the rest of the nations follow suit. When packing to leave the base, Ian admits his love for Louise. Another vision reveals Ian to be the father of her daughter. In her vision, Ian asks if they can have a child, and Louise enthusiastically replies yes. Yeah, I looked it up on Wikipedia. Yeah. It says Arrival is a 2016 American science fiction drama film directed by Denis Villeneuve and written by Eric Husser, based on the short story Story of Your Life. It's by author Ted Chiang. The film stars Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, Forrest Whitaker, Michael Sandberg, in Tismaya. Arrival had its world premiere at the Events Film Festival on September 1st, 2016. It was released in the United States on November 11th, 2016, in IMAX by Paramount Pictures. The film received critical acclaim with its story and Amy Adams' performance receiving praise and has grossed $28 million. And the music is by Johansson, and the cinematography is Radford Young. Edited by Joe Walker. Production company is Film Nation Entertainment. Lava Bear Films, 21 Laps Entertainment. Distributed by Paramount Pictures. I've already read the release dates. And the movie is 116 minutes. That's an hour and 58 minutes. It's a long movie. Country, United States. Language, English. And the budget is $47 million, and the box office is $28.6 million. The box office as of November 13, 2016. Arrival has grossed $24 million in North America and $4.6 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $28.6 million against a production budget of $47 million. Arrival was released alongside Almost Christmas and Shut-In, and was originally expected to gross around $17 million from 2,317 theaters in its opening weekend, with the studio projecting a more conservative debut of 12 to 15 million. The film made $1.4 million from Thursday night previews at 1,944 theaters and $9.4 million on its first day, pushing projections up to $24 million. It ended up grossing $24 million, finishing third at the box office. Production. The production board, Frendl, had wanted to make a science fiction film for some time, although he never found the right thing. Meanwhile, screenwriter Eric Hazard had been trying to pitch an adaptation of Story of Your Life to no great success for years. And by the time producers Conan and Levine approached him about a potential sci-fi project, and had largely given up on the idea. Conan and Levine, however, introduced film Novi, little novella, which the director immediately took to. Although his work on Prisoners meant that he did not have the time to properly adapt it into a screenplay. Conan and Levine, meanwhile, were able to get a first draft completed, which Villeneuve later reworked into a finished script. Villeneuve ended up changing the title, in part because the resulting script became so far removed from the short story, as well as the fact that it sounded more like a romantic comedy. Although Villeneuve, by his recollection, went through hundreds of possible titles, the resulting title, Arrival, was the first one the team came up with. Jeremy Renner joined the film on March 6th, 2015 to play a physics professor hired by the government with Adams' character to help communicate with the aliens. Forrest Whitaker signed on to the film on April 2015. Michael Sundberg joined the cast as CIA agent Halpern that June. McGill University linguistics professor Dr. Jessica Kuhn was brought on to consult with Amy Adams, who plays a linguist. Filming began in mid-June 2015, right after Renner completed the shooting of Captain America: Civil War. Principal photography on the film began on June 7th, 2015 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And the music was by Johansson. Began writing the score around the time the shooting had commenced, drawing on the screenplay and concept art for inspiration. He developed one of the main themes in the first week using vocals and experimental piano loops. The piece on the nature of daylight from composer Max Richter is also used in the film. A teeter trailer was released in August 2016, followed the next week by the first official trailer. Paramount Pictures released a series of posters to promote the film, with one showing a UFO hovering above Hong Kong's skyline, which included Shanghai's Oriental Pearl Tower. The inaccuracy angered many Hong Kong social media users. The posters were taken down, and a statement was made which attributed the inaccuracy to a third-party vendor. In May 2014, Paramount Pictures acquired U.S. distribution rights to the film. Shortly after, Sony Pictures and Stage 6 Films acquired international distribution rights to the film. The film had its world premiere at the Venice Film Festival on September 1st, 2016. The film also screened at the Toronto International Film Festival, Total Ride Film Festival, and the BFI London Film Festival. The film was released on November 11th, 2016. Now I'm going to read the rest of the box office part. So, Library. On its first day, pushing projections, started at $24 million and ended up grossing $24 billion, finishing third at the box office. Critical response. Arrival has received critical acclaim. On the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 93% based on 214 reviews, with an average rating of 8.3 out of 10. The site's consensus reads, Arrival delivers a must-see experience for fans of thinking person sci-fi that anchors its heady themes with generally affecting emotion and a terrific performance from Amy Adams. On Metacritic, the film has a score of 81 out of 100, based on 51 critics, indicating universal acclaim. On a cinema score, audiences give the film an average grade of B on an A+ to F scale. Brian Tarico from RogerEbert.com gave the film a 3 out of 4, saying that it's a movie designed to simultaneously challenge viewers, that move them and get them talking. For the most part, it succeeds. Atlantic writer Christopher Orr said that Unravel, the remarkable new film by Denis Villeneuve, begins aptly enough with an arrival through, though perhaps not the kind you would expect. IGN reviewer Christianly gave this film an 8.5 out of 10. Great score. Saying Arrival is a language lesson masquerading as a blockbuster, though much more entertaining than that sounds. The film features shades of interstellar contact and close encounters of the third kind, but never feels derivative. Rather, it's smart, sophisticated sci-fi that asks a big kind of questions and does a pretty good job of answering them. British film critic Robbie Collin gave it 5 stars out of 5, claiming it to be an introspective, philosophical, and existentially inclined, yet unfolds in an unwavering tenor of chest-tightening excitement. There is a mid-film revelation. Unless a sudden twist and sleek unwinding of everything you think you know. That feels when it hits you, like your seat is tipping back. Award Cambridge, November 19th, 2016. Category Golden Frog Award. Recipients Bradford Young. Result pending. Refs. Venice Film Festival, September 10th, 2016. Category Future Film Festival. Digital Award. Denis Villeneuve won. Golden Lion. And same guy nominated. I guess that's it for the whole thing about the movie. I mean, I really liked the movie. I really enjoyed it. Even my friends really enjoyed it. And yeah, the alien creatures kind of freaked me out a little bit. They were kind of weird looking. They looked like they had like 7 arms. Each arm had hands in it and stuff. They moved around like squids. And they have like a white fog around them. I guess that's their air of some sort. And yes, there is some CGI with aliens. And there's a part where they showed her hair moving around. It was kind of CGI a little bit, but it looks pretty realistic. It's one of the best sci-fi movies I've seen in a long time. I would highly recommend everyone. If everyone likes these kind of movies, go see it. It was really that good. Even though if you're not a fan of sci-fi, still go see the movie. It was a well-done movie, and Amy Adams, all the actors in that movie, did a phenomenal job. It was really good. I really did enjoy it. There was a lot about it I really liked. And I think my mom would like it a lot too. And of course my dad liked it. I've been doing a lot of coughing and breathing issues lately. I still go see movies anyway. And this movie was pretty badass too. I mean, not badass, but yeah, it was. And I would really want to see it again. Actually, and even my good friends Mark and Steven, They absolutely loved it. They thought it was phenomenal. And it's cerebral. You use your brain a lot in this movie to think and stuff, and it's really interesting how this movie turned out. I really did like it. But I like the stuff about language and the whole thing with the daughter and Jeremy Renner and Amy Adams were husband and stuff. It was like the past on where they first met, and they also showed that the future of them was that they would get married and have a daughter. She said yes, I would have a baby, and yeah, and then somehow her daughter died of a disease, but she told her husband, and the husband didn't take it well, so they got divorced because of that, and I guess that was the future. The beginning of the movie was the future of her life. It was a story about her life, mostly. And, she used her own life, to learn their language, and stuff. So, I never read the whole, plot of the movie, but, yeah, go see it. It was that good. I know it's a little longer than the last review I did, but I really hope you watch my video. Yeah, it's a spoiler video. The title of the video would be called Unravel. Spoiler movie review. That's what I'm calling it. With an exclamation point. And I used a speech program to help write stuff for me. Called Dragon, I think. And I hope you will please rate, comment, like, favorite, subscribe, view, thoughts, and opinions. And I hope you liked it and enjoyed it for your viewing pleasure, guys and girls. And stay tuned for more, guys and girls. And my favorite quote from Gross Robo, like, please drink some hot chocolate, and I'll see you all later. And this is Aaron Halo 18 signing off. Goodbye.